That load of cargo we brought back gave us a fair amount of gold. But if you be willing, I will sell the Starspinner to you, and you could take her off for your own. Meanwhile, maybe I'll open up an inn or something. Something to keep myself close to the life I've lived. But I don't think I'll set foot on a ship again for a long while.
We'd still come back and visit you. You want a ship?
Aye, I expect you should.
I'll take the ship. I have no need for the gold.
Excellent. Excellent. I would be glad to see her in the hands of my friends rather than sold at the docks.
No, we can do that to your ship.
And no doubt we'd do her more proud.
Arr.
Oh, verily. I feel you have a grand career ahead of you after surviving that most unfortunate attack.
Well, except for those missed hits, yeah. We did pretty decent.
Well,
I'm going to ignore that for now.
Well, I was missing more than you, so...
yes. Well, not every
Made up
strike...
for it.
Not every strike can be straight and true, and to be honest, thank the powers for that. As he points to the scar across his face.
And the gaping hole in his chest?
That's been more or less healed up, and he's wearing a shirt over it now. A shirt that doesn't have a hole or bloodstains on it.
Well, of course. It would be a little bit poor decor if you walked into an inn with a gaping, bleeding hole.
It happens more often than you think, especially around these parts.
Oh. Well then, kudos to him and his manners.
Yes, and his healing.
That too. I mean, the whole walking around and still breathing thing.
Give the cleric a pat on the back for a good healing job and all that.
The cleric sips on the drink that you bought him.
I forgot.
That's right, you bought him a drink.
And he nods. He also agrees with this plan to buy the ship. He's willing to go in with you guys as well.
Excellent.
But the captain puts down his drink and gets a little far away look in his eyes. But before I go and tend to the arrangements of those who didn't make it back in one piece, I have to tell you something. If you're going to take the Starspinner, I'll give you the reason why I took her to the skies to begin with.
Dun dun dun.
Something tells me that it's not all that sinister.
Aye, here be plot. Listen closely.
Ooh, plot. Everyone lean close.
Yay! I'll get out my notepad.
That means you too, Criven.
Everything. What do you think I'm doing? I have my notepad out.
Yes.
I'm ready to
All
jog
right.
into this.
Voice recorder.
But I'm really playing Hangman or something.
Yes. At one point, even I was a young lad. And I heard legends. Legends of things out in the stars. Treasures that could be found. But one in particular caught my ear. A treasure called the Star Crown. I never told you lads about it because, well, I don't know if I've given up looking for it or I just never ran across any more hints of its existence to drive me on. Or maybe I just got caught up in the mundane affairs.
I'm not doing it.
But the Star Crown is an artifact. An artifact from a race, the first race, in fact, to learn spelljamming and spread throughout the spheres. The Lost Ones. Surely you've heard legends.
They're not vampires, are
No, they're
No.
not.
they? Okay.
No, they're not vampires. They're beings like we, but more powerful, more capable, and far more advanced. And for reasons unknown, they disappeared from the stars. But they left behind artifacts, and this is one. The Star Crown, as I've heard it told, is a crystal crown with great jagged points upon it. When worn, it acts like a ship's helm. It can guide a ship through the stars with the slightest of thoughts, which is a powerful thing in and of itself. But more importantly, what I hear is it carries the memories of the lost ones in it. Where they've gone, what they've done, the things they've built.
That's its own star chart.
Nice.
More than that, it is a map of places and spheres lost to us, of discoveries we've never made. One who has the crown has the keys to the spheres themselves, and the adventures that could come from this, why, they would set the mind of a young lad on fire.
That doesn't sound too healthy.
Oh, trust me, another couple sips of this and it'll be right back out again. He takes another huge swig from his mug.
Aye, but then your britches will be burning.
Great.
Aye.
Captain Drunk.
Ignore
Yes.
Ignore the dragon lad. He's a bit addled.
Yes.
But you already know that.
Why, of course. But, hey, it would do me a world of good. It raised my spirits in these darkened times. If I could know that you, lads, would use the Starspinner to seek the crown, I wouldn't expect you to find it, but it would gladden my heart to know that you're trying.
Sure, why not? What's a little bit of adventure?
It sounds like a noble quest, if only to bring a bit of the dawn back to your twilight.
Aye, I thank you. What I know of the crown is that it was discovered by one of the early emperors of the land of Kun Sing, the place that we came from, as a matter of fact, where we picked up our last cargo, some many hundreds of years ago, and the powers of the crown fueled their leap into space. The powerful spell-jamming kingdom they are now is a direct result of the crown's influence. But the emperor was bold, and he wore the crown himself at the head of their fleet. And unfortunately, that fleet encountered the goblinoids in space. His ship was destroyed, and the crown lost.
Goblins in space.
Goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, and worse.
Oh, no.
Aye. They have their ships too. Or at least they had their ships, until the Grand Elven Crusade wiped them from the stars. But I hear they're still out there, even if there aren't too many in this sphere itself. After that, in my search for the crown, I've heard vague rumors and hints and legends. But it's been so long, I doubt any of those are what you'd call fresh leads.
Maybe we could start asking around town, see if anybody's known anything?
Nobody here would know of it. It's been a long time, and all they could tell you was tales and legends that are about as true as what they've last drank. The horrible, horrible things they drink here.
Oh, yes. But it's all good stuff.
Speaking of which, another round?
Aye, another round.
Well, the cleric seems to be enjoying himself, too, so that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the cleric nods. The cleric nods and finishes off his drink. Captain MacGuinnis waves. A waitress brings another round. And again, your cups are full.
Woohoo!
Aye. While our cups are full here, let us make a toast to the Starspinner and the quests it brings you.
Alright. Cheers.
He raises his cup to the Starspinner.
To the Starspinner.
Aye. And again, all of you talking tonight, reminiscing about some of the voyages where better part of the crew didn't get killed, and perhaps some of the things you could do with the Starspinner.
Well, where was his next cargo load at? Maybe we can continue where he was.
Actually, I think that we're going to be going to the Orient system, so we might as well take something that they want. And while we're at it, we might as well prepare ourselves to run into Bly, because that's probably where he is.
Well, as a matter of fact, you have a couple needs on your hands.
Okay.
First off,
Crew.
Yeah.
Your ship...
Carpenters, for example.
Yes. Your ship is rated to carry 10 people. It can carry more, but by carrying 10 people ensures you have 4 months' worth of air. Generally, that's more than you'll need traveling planet to planet within this sphere. But if you wanted to make especially long journeys, or journeys to another sphere, that could become important.
Okay.
Your ship will also need repairs.
Yeah, we need some carpenters. How much would crew cost?
Crew is relatively cheap.
Okay.
They cost about 2 gold pieces a month each.
Alright. So we can definitely afford that.
Mm-hmm. But repairs, that's a little bit more expensive. After paying off the ship, and you may want to write this down, paying off the ship and taking your cuts of the wages, you have 250 gold.
Alright.
Each? Or is that a cross?
For across. This is for the ship.
Ah, for the ship. Alright, in that case, we're going to have to look into hiring crew, reprovisioning, and figuring out how much it's going to cost to repair her. And also important, we may want to say the services of a master trader or something like that in case there's other places between here and the Orient.
Exactly. You have sufficient merchant star charts that you know where to go and what to do within this sphere.
Oh, okay.
That's actually, in fact, what you people have been doing for the past couple months, is trading various cargoes unique cargoes from the places of origin to trade posts like the Rock of Brawl.
Alright. So we have one of those and whatnot.
Yes.
Alright.
You guys are effectively merchant traders. Captain MacGuinnis gives you his charts and instructs you on how to read them. They are written in a bit of a trader's code that would be illegible without any instruction. One of those things that captains use to stay captain.
Ciphers. Yes.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
And all that good stuff.
Yep.
Huzzah!
So you know where to go and what to do to trade cargo. You would have to get a cargo first, and 250 gold doesn't pay for a lot of that.
No.
However, there are always people seeking the aid of a ship for their own purposes, either to travel between ports or to go on various missions of their own.
That might work.
Well,
You could-
let's get Carpenter in there and see how long it'll take. And then while he's doing that, we can see if we can get crew and see if anybody needs a ride.
All right. These are all good concerns. There's also another interesting concern you might like to know about. The Rock of Brawl is a trade post, but it's also a power in space.
Alright.
The owner of the Rock of Brawl, one Prince Andrew, occasionally gives out letters of marque, which allow you to engage in acts of legalized piracy, basically, against enemies of the Crown. That Crown being either the Rock of Brawl or that of the kingdoms below on Primus. It allows you to seek out their enemies and take their ships for the glory of the Crown.
For Prince and Country. Or
For-
Rock.
For Prince and Asteroid, yes.
Asteroid, yes.
In return, you get a cut of the profits. Not all of it, not the whole ship, not the whole gold, but a cut of it. So it may be worth your while to investigate letters of marque, as well as any particular missions that need to be undertaken. There is, in fact, a trade center where one could find these things. However, the needs of your ship and your next adventure will have to wait for our next podcast.
Woohoo! That
Oh,
was awesome.
all right, everyone. You have a great night.
Okay, this is Nelson Williams for Vox Ex Machina, signing off.